Hey, welcome to Promise Resource Network's Rapping with Sharon. Um, Glad y'all are here today. We're going to talk about self-esteem, but what I wanted to talk about first was me. Some of y'all don't know me, and I wanted to be able to let you know just a little bit about me. Let's see, my name is Sharon. I am married and have been with my wife for 29 years, which blows my mind. And she is the most kind, compassionate person and patient that I've ever met. I've also, I also am a recovering alcoholic. I also am a person experiencing mental health issues. Right? So there's lots of parts of me. My work, I love my work. I love to come to work. It's Disneyland here at PRN. And I get to live in my passion here. I have the opportunity to teach classes, which is my passion. I never knew that, but it is my passion. I came from a world of IDD, um, intellectual and developmental disabilities. That's the field I worked in. And I did that for about 20 years. So being a special ed teacher, I mainly worked with kids. So that is very different from what I do now. I was able to come to PRN and find my niche, find where I belong. I was given the opportunity to expand my horizons. I'd never um, taught adults in a public setting in front of a bunch of people. I'd never done that before. And to be perfectly honest, I freaked out when I first started. But I got better at it and I got to enjoy it much more. And as my confidence and my self-esteem grew, I was better able to do my job. I was better able to be in a relationship. I was better able to handle the day-to-day festivities that come along with dual recovery from mental health and substance use issues. Um, so I found PRN, and Shireen Carrico put me in a position that I could be effective, and I love it. I get to teach, Bill, because of COVID, it's been a little difficult, but I get to teach all over Charlotte. I've taught at the shelters. I've taught um, at the treatment centers, several of them. I've taught at a hospital. All these places allow me, those of you know that know how festive that is, they allow me to come and talk to people, right? And I love it. I absolutely love it. I found my people. I found my people. And that makes all the difference in the world, right? So who do we got? We got Kim. Good afternoon to you, Kim. Kim, what is a blessing that you have in your life today that makes you feel good? What's something that makes you feel good that you do or that you are? Something that helps your self-esteem. So I'm gonna ask you that, Kim, and anybody else that's out there, chime in. I want to know what helps. I want to know where we get our confidence from. What gives us strength today? What gives us strength today? I need to know that. I need to know what feeds my spirit, right? I need to know what works for me. Recovery in a nutshell is do what works and don't do what doesn't work as much. You know, That it can be that simple for me to do the things that work, to do the things that help me feel good about myself, that help feed my spirit, that help my confidence. Those are the things I want to do. And those are the kind of people I want to hang out with, right? Those people that help me do that, right? Kim, spending time with loved ones and your grandkids. Absolutely. The interaction with other people builds our confidence, right? Being a grandma, Kim, I'm sure that was exciting, and still is. But to be able to shift into that role, that's a new role for you, when your grandkids came along. So to build the confidence that goes along with being in relationships. All right. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. So, where does our self esteem come from, or lack of? It's created in us primarily when we're young. The interactions we have with people, especially significant people, what people tell us, what they show us about ourselves, right, affects our self-esteem. So those traumas can really, if we've experienced trauma in our youth, it can greatly affect our self-esteem. And those interactions with other people, especially, like I said, significant people, set the tone for how I'm going to feel about myself. Right? Media is a big one. Media is a big one. Think about all the magazines that say you got to be skinny, and you got to be on this diet, and you got to wear these clothes, and you got to act this way, right? TV. Nobody looks like me on TV. I never understood that. The things that are promoted on commercials, right? The media is so critical in helping us figure out who we are and who we want to be. And it's so skewed because it's not reality. It's not reality. Even the reality shows aren't reality. I hate to tell you. But the information most of the time isn't accurate. Most of the time is shifting towards a certain type of person, the way they look, the way they act, how their character is, so we can learn a lot. We can learn a lot from media. Facebook, all those things affect how we feel about ourselves. So when we're talking about self-esteem, we can feel things about our inside and our outside, right? People may have told us that we're too fill in the blank, too big, too little, too slow, too fast, too something, right? People tell us about us. And that's one big thing about the media. I mean, look at all the people in magazines. They all look the same. And they don't look like me. Right? And that definitely affected me. That I couldn't find anybody that I could relate to, so I must be wrong. Right? I thought media was reality, but it's not. It's not. And I got to remember that even though I got that information in the past, I don't have to carry it with me today. I don't have to embrace the I should be skinny concept, right? That I should be prettier, that I should be smarter, that I should wear different clothes. I don't have to buy into that today. If I have the confidence to choose to be myself. Well, that's a tough one, isn't it? Who else is out there besides Kim? Anybody? Chime in, chime in. So we can focus on our outsides, what our bodies look like, um, or they don't look like. So that is looking at the outside of us. When we're talking about looking at the inside, I think that's a little deeper because we can adjust sometimes how we look on the outside, right? I can lose weight, I can gain weight, I can do whatever, I can wear certain clothes, whatever. If I want to fit into that category of whatever I've been told is right, then there's certain things I need to do. But on the inside is deeper, right? Sandra, good to see you. It's a little different on the inside. It's a little deeper. That's where that you're stupid, you'll never make it, liar, thief, I can't believe you always fill in the blank. We begin to, based on what other people say to us and do to us, we create an ongoing conversation in our head about who we are, right? Who am I? Man, I asked that for years and I'm still asking it. But who am I really? What are those characteristics in me that I may have been told were inadequate? Right? That I was inadequate because I felt, thought, or did certain things. And that affects our self-esteem. That affects our uniqueness, our our confidence, our pride in ourselves. Hello, Sandra. It creates an atmosphere that something is going to grow. And it can either be confidence or it can be feeling defeated, right? So we're building something all the time. Everything we take into us builds those things. Does that make sense? That we're actively affecting our self-esteem every day, every interaction we have. Most of them, anyway. Some are not as significant. But when we talk about the inside and the outside, that's where other people's words come in. Right? That's where the media comes in, how we feel about ourselves, what I think about myself. Am I a winner? Am I a loser? All those things. All those things come into play. And it grows in us. I don't know that I'm getting that across right. I don't think I'm saying it right. But our self-esteem either grows or shrinks. And I want mine to grow. I want to be around people that help my self-esteem get stronger. I today want to feel good about myself. I want to be able to do things well. I want to be able to act in a way that I'm proud of. Right? So what is self-esteem? There are 4 components of self-esteem. We'll talk about those for a minute. 4 components. Self-confidence, identity, a feeling of belonging, and a feeling of competence. That's what goes into self-esteem. Those are those thoughts about us, from us. It says self-confidence, a feeling of security. This is the foundation of self-esteem. If we feel secure with our family, if we feel loved and our needs are met, our self-esteem develops. That's when we try to take our place and dare to try new things and new experiences. For example, when we learn to walk, we fall down the first few times. But with encouragement, we develop our confidence and try again. It is that encouragement, that feeling of safety, that feeling that goes along with what people say and what people do. Those are my needs met? Do I feel loved? Do I understand what love looks like? Right? I'm sure there are some of us that when we fell, there wasn't anybody there to pick us up. Right? That when we tripped, that when we flubbed up, there was nobody there to go, it's all right. Try it again. Try it again. All right. Oh, makes good sense. Thank you. Hey, Holly. Holly, I'm going to get with you right after this. It's been a day. It's been a day. It's been a good day. So I appreciate y'all being out there. So our self-confidence, our ability to think about our ability to do things. Right? Identity is the next one. This is the knowledge we have of ourselves. By experimenting, learning, and getting feedback from people around us, we come to identify our characteristics, abilities, needs, and feelings. Identity can be divided into several parts, including the physical, social, the representation that each person has of their own body, the social, how I come into contact with other people, the groups I associate with, my economic situation, my place as a student, as a worker, as a teen, as an older person, how I act around the people I care about. Right? So it's that identity. It's who I am. Man, that's a tough question, isn't it? Who am I? Sorry, I have a hard time seeing the comments. Holly says, I remember the old act of falling backwards. Someone would be there to catch you. Isn't that wonderful when we're caught? The confidence we have in other people, the confidence we have in having our needs met increases. Right? And our identity becomes more set. Right? I spent a lot of years just trying to figure out, who am I? I think we all go on that journey at some point. Who am I and what am I about? And it's a difficult little trek, because especially for if you've had experience with people that don't understand, that judge us, that tell us who we are, right? Sandra says it's a tough question. Who am I? Like I said in the beginning, I am many things. I am a daughter. I am a wife. I am a puppy parent. I am an educator. I am a recovering alcoholic. I am a recovering person experiencing mental health issues. I am a charlatan. After 30 years, I think they finally accept me. There are many parts of me. But sometimes I could hone in on just one thing. Just one thing. I'm not a good worker. And that consumes the rest of me. It bleeds into the rest of me, if that makes sense. Um, and it affects who I think I am. And when I come into contact with other people, it's, I've got people in my life today that I want them to know who I am. And that is awesome. Oh, Holly, who am I? Is our is our constant part of our journey. Absolutely. Experiences change us. They do. People, places, and things affect us. And that affects our self-esteem, right? Oh, you guys are awesome. So the identity we have of ourselves. We are many things, but sometimes, especially when I'm not good at something or I feel that I'm screwing it up, if I have been told I'm not very good at this, that can take over. I can think about that more than I think about being a good daughter. I can think about that more than I think about, you know, um, being an educator. Any of those things. My identity is skewed. It is skewed. And I think it is a lifelong journey of discovering who we are. Because, like Holly said, we change based on experience. Based on experience. When I fail or when I succeed, my experiences, my self esteem changes, right? It grows or it shrinks. So, okay, a feeling of belonging is the next one. We all belong to several groups: family, friends, schools, sports teams, etc. We also define ourselves by belonging to these groups, by the relationships we have with other people and the experiences we have in these groups. Feeling like part of the group, feeling solidarity, seeking out the other group members, communicating well, sharing. The various groups we belong to allow us to feel understood and know that there are people out there who are like us. I Acceptance by other people, unconditional love, solidarity. I am blessed to be involved with several different groups of folks. My support group is awesome, and they help me know that I belong. They help me understand that I'm like them and they're like me. We have things in common. The first time I'd moved to a new city and I'd come from a small town, and I remember I went to one of the bars and I walked in and I felt like I was home. I was like, I have arrived. I felt accepted. I felt accepted for who I was, or at least a part of me that was really important at that time. So I felt that solidarity. I felt that camaraderie with the people around me because that's who I was then. I believe a big, big part of who I was a drinker. That affected my entire world and my self esteem, right? So I came to the bar and I was like, I am home. I am ready. That feeling became isolation, which crushed my self esteem. I no longer felt like I belonged to anything. When the first time I walked in, probably wasn't the first time, but I know that being in the company of people in recovery has boosted my self esteem, has allowed me to feel the love and acceptance from other people. the 12-step program that when I walked in the room, I felt at home. I felt these are my people. These people understand me, at least a part of me, the part that was giving me the most difficulty at that time. So our feeling of belonging, being part of a family, being part of a group of friends. Find a place to belong. A group. Groups are great. CharlotteMeetup.com is a great place to find groups. They have everything under the sun. I guarantee if you can think of it, they got a group for it. Right? I always say if you like underwater crochet, we got you. Okay? So go to Charlotte Meetup. Find things that you're interested in. Talking about philosophy, going to movies, going out to dinner, whatever it is. Figure that out. Find your people. And then go and have some fun. Begin to embrace that feeling of belonging to a group. It makes a big difference when we're not alone. Did for me anyway. Because that was, I think, what brought me into recovery more than anything was that feeling of isolation, that feeling that I didn't belong anywhere, that I couldn't find the place for me. Okay, Sandra says, everyone can't be good at the same things. Yes, we're all different, and our differences are what makes the world go round. You are so right. That's the next one, a feeling of competence. Thank you, Sandra. To feel competent, we need to have different experiences. Succeed and fail and learn new things. The feeling of competence is related to motivation. A person is motivated when they face challenges that they are able to meet. Success results in a feeling of pride that promotes self-esteem and pushes the person to accept new challenges. We experience different things and we're good at different things. That's what's so beautiful. Like Sandra said, every one of us is a piece of the puzzle that has created this world. And you can't finish a puzzle without all the pieces. Each of us is significant. Each of us is worthy. Each of us is talented and skilled and gifted and blessed. All these things. So that feeling of competence comes when I do something that I know I can do. There are certain classes that I teach that I've done them and I can just knock them out like that. That I've done them so much, I feel that I'm competent in them. I can rattle that off, the whole thing. And that makes my confidence go up because I'm pretty sure when I do it the next time, it's going to be okay. Right? Because it was okay the last time. Based on my experience of success and failure, that affects that's a component of our self-esteem as well. So, self-esteem is not carved in stone. It changes and stabilizes based on the people we meet and our life experiences. Although it can be a challenge during adolescence, one thing is certain. The more different situations we face, the more we learn about ourselves. And the better we know who we are and who we want to identify with. What we don't want to repeat and what we want for our lives. I like that. Every time we go through a challenge, we grow. Every time I meet one of my needs, I grow. My self-esteem grows. And that's, I like that. Many of us still have those negative words in our head. that tell us our identity, who we are. And they're not true. They are not true if they're negative. Not that we're perfect. I'm not saying that. But when we get bombarded with negativity, it infects us. Oh, Holly, never look down on your past. Who you are is still the core of who you are in this moment. Growing into a huge help for others as well as others helping the supporters you need. Growing a network that heals in a pay it forward, pay it off. I love that. I love that. It does make sense. Absolutely. The getting that support, having those people in our lives is critical. It's critical because we can shift, we can enhance the way we feel about ourselves, who we think we are, what we think. Let's see. Um, you nailed it, Jared. That's what I meant. All parts of the puzzle, and we can't have a puzzle in this world without all the pieces. I am significant in the world today. I am to certain people. You are significant in the world today. Right? I love the fact that we get to talk about the reality that we're all worthy. Some of us, this is new information. Some of us got beat down in our early adulthood to the point where it just crushed us. But as we experience more and more success, the more likely we are to be motivated to try new things. Right? But failure is important too. It teaches us what we want and what we don't want. I taught at the University of North Carolina, Charlotte, one semester. I was so excited because I thought that's what I was going to be. I thought that was my long term goal, to be a professor, right? Anyway, I had a semester up there and I realized this is not for me. This is not who I am. I am what you're getting right here. I am less book, more talking. Right? I always try to bring some solution, but this is me. I've got a dear friend that teaches up there, and she is amazing. That's a part of her. Being a professor was not a part of me. It didn't fit, right? It just didn't fit in me. Sandra, one can succeed without failing first. Um, try again. One of the greatest quotes in literature is "I think I can, I think I can, I think I can," from the little engine that could. Right? The more we try, the more we could fail, and that's scary. But the more we try, the more likely it is we'll succeed. What does Yoda say? Do not, there is no try. So we do things that promote how we feel about ourselves, who we think we are. And when we experience success or failure, we grow. We grow in what we want, in our knowledge of what we want, in our knowledge of what we don't want. What motivates us and what doesn't motivate us. What supports us and what doesn't support us. Right? So finding our place in the world, finding our place in that puzzle, right? Are you an end piece? Are you in the corner? Do you got a straight thing? Put it in there. That's where I belong. These are my people for right now. Right? We grow, we change, we move, we shift. But right now, right here today, I got my people. And I'm so grateful for that because that was not always the case. That was not always the case. Like I said, I had some issues around loneliness. So think about who you really are. It can be scary because I didn't like the answer to that. Well, at least what I thought the answer to that was pre-recovery. Right? I didn't appreciate myself. I didn't like myself. Um, and I didn't choose myself. Right? Being able to do things that make me feel better about myself. Those opportunities today. Right? But we got to step out. If we risk nothing, we risk everything. We got to step out. We got to step out today and try those things that may be incredibly hard, but you may be incredible at it. I had no idea that I could teach recovery to grown people. First of all, I couldn't believe that I could teach recovery. I mean, what did I know about it? I mean, what do I still know about it? I'm just moving along, just like the rest of us. But to be able to teach about recovery, which I love, those that know me know I love recovery. But to be able to teach in that arena, to teach those skills, increases my confidence. When I know what I'm good at, when I know what my talents are, it helps me feel better about myself. Right? I want to encourage you today. I want to encourage you to do some things that you're gifted in. Whatever that is, go play ball with somebody, win. Yeah, good job. Write something, write a poem. Absolutely. I got a dear friend that writes poems that are it's amazing. And so it's about growing today. It's about doing those things that help us feel better about ourselves. Whatever I'm good at, the more I do it, the more strength I have in me that I can continue to do it. But I also have to try new things. All right, that's scary. But to try new things, not knowing whether we'll fail or succeed. But that's where the rubber hits the road. That's where our self-esteem shrinks or grows. I think it grows whether we succeed or fail. At least I know what I don't want, what I'm not good at. I'm not good at being a professor. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to do what I do because it makes me feel good and I feel like I can do it. I feel competent, which is funny to me. So self-esteem is critical. Who we are, who we associate with, how we feel about doing certain things that we're good at or we're not good at. Trying new things that we may succeed or fail. These are all part of building our self-esteem. I want to thank everybody that Holly says, if I hadn't gone through what I did, my writing style may not have been so much more expressive. We grow. We grow. And the more we try, we don't know what we're good at until we try. Right? We don't know what we're good at until we try it. You may be an awesome writer. You may be An awesome driver. I'm not. But anyway, so experience those things. Step out. Do those things you do well and build that competence. But try those new things too. That's the exciting part of recovery. We get to try new things because we're surrounded by people that believe in us. If you haven't heard this today, I want to tell you I believe in you. I believe in you. I know you can do this. I know that your recovery is important. I know that we are all part of the puzzle of the world. And that's exciting stuff. So find where you are in the puzzle. And that's where our self-esteem grows. We got another message here I'm going to read. Enjoy your journey, everyone. Bye for now. Bye, Holly. Bye, all y'all. Thank you for coming in today. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate this, that we got to talk about self-esteem today, because it's always a good reminder that I'm either building or limiting, right? I'm growing one way or another. All right. Y'all go out there, have a fabulous Friday Eve, and keep peace, share love. See you later.